Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about the match between Real Madrid and FC Barcelona because Barcelona will be hosting Real Madrid at the Camp Nou. This is going to be a very important Clásico. Now I understand that Barcelona is still very early within the season, like we are still within the first 3 to 4 months of this current season, but this Clásico has to be taken seriously either way, no matter what, because at the end of the day, this is our rivals. This is a team that we must beat. Like I cannot stand the fact that we see so many people, so many fans, the media saying that it is still too early, that Barcelona do not need to win in this game because we still have many games ahead, which is true, but still, this is Real Madrid. Like we have to capitalize off of this opportunity. And you look at what type of momentum Real Madrid have been building throughout this season, it is amazing. Like much respect towards Real Madrid. They have been doing amazing with Benzema, Vinicius. They're building longevity, they're building consistency. Yes, have we seen Real Madrid go through some stumbling blocks like losing against Sheriff or tying against weaker oppositions? Yes, we have seen Real Madrid do that. But Real Madrid right now, they are building momentum. They are finally clicking with the players that they are starting with, which is why it is also very important for Barcelona to bring their A game. And you look at the amount of people that will be attending and going to the Camp Nou to back these players within this game. It is going to be very important. These players are going to have to meet their fans halfway because Barcelona, they have to win. And if we look at the squad list here, we can see that Araujo will not be present. There were speculations that Araujo was going to be returning, that he was going to be taking some sort of injections in order for him not to feel any sort of injury or pain, but it does seem like Barcelona do not want to rush his recovery, and so again he will not be participating within this match. Moving on towards Jordi Alba, it is a very surprising return for this player because there has also been many reports stating that Jordi Alba did train with the group, that he was doing very well, and it does say here, according to Javi Miguel, that Jordi Alba is very eager to take part against Real Madrid. Bearing last minute changes, he plans to use infiltration in order to play tomorrow without pain. So I'm guessing that this is probably what they were going to do with Araujo, but in the last minute they have decided that they did not want to do that. But with Jordi Alba, they have no hesitation. They want to see Jordi Alba within the squad list or in the starting 11 against Real Madrid, which makes a lot of sense because Alba is a player that has many experiences playing in these Clásicos, and when you manage a player like Jordi Alba very well, he is going to be a real threat on the field. Regardless of what you think about this player, Jordi Alba is a player that can do very good things, and so he is going to be a player that will be expected to start up against Real Madrid. Now again, like I have said before, the fact that Barcelona has to do well in this match is very important because it is going to give us a win. It is going to bring the confidence towards these players very high, and we are going to be better positioned within the league because of our horrible start, because of the way that we lost points against Cádiz, Granada, and many other teams. That was unacceptable, which basically means that we must win against Real Madrid at the Camp Nou. We have all of the reasons on why we should be putting out a good performance on the field. Now look, Barcelona have not beaten Real Madrid since March 2019. It has almost been 3 years since Barcelona last beat Real Madrid. If Barcelona do not win in this game, again at the Camp Nou, at their home, then that would mean that by the time we do hit the next Clásico, we could literally say that Barcelona has not beaten Real Madrid in the past 3 years. Imagine that. Imagine saying things such as that. Imagine just looking at that type of record by the next year. So if Barcelona do want to have that chance to actually achieve the 3 points, the one thing that we must do correctly, and this is a must, that is going to be that Barcelona is going to have to be very defensively equipped, defensively prepared. Because if we look at the amount of big chances created, yes, it is true that Real Madrid do have as much as Barcelona in terms of big chances created, with a total of 17. But if we look on the right picture, we can see that Real Madrid's shots on target per match is much higher than any other football club within La Liga. And why, you may ask? It is because of a player like Benzema. Benzema has been a very lethal player for this club. He is basically the main guy for Real Madrid. Many are looking up to him. He has been scoring literally a goal in every game. As a matter of fact, he has been in the conversation of potentially winning the Ballon d'Oro over Lionel Messi. But that is going to be for a whole other different conversation, maybe in a different video. But besides that, Vinicius is also another player that has been on target for Real Madrid. In the past 6 games, he has scored 3 goals and provided 3 assists. So if you look at Benzema and Vinicius, these are 2 players who are really on top of their game. But that does not mean that Barcelona do not have their own weapons, because Barcelona definitely do have the players that can be as lethal and as efficient as a team like Real Madrid. Because when you know that this Barcelona squad under Ronald Koeman has players like Ansu Fati, Memphis Depay, Agüero, Sergiño, Dest, who can do that type of work, they can bring a good fight. Like I just do not see how Barcelona cannot score two or three goals in this match, and especially right with the return of Ansu Fati Fati, seeing how he is very disciplined and very focused on delivering results for Barcelona, that is a very good thing to see. Ansu Fati will be the biggest weapon Barcelona could use to achieve the 3 points. And it does say here, according to Mundo Deportivo, Koeman is thinking about placing Ansu Fati as the striker tomorrow. Koeman wants to boost the effectiveness of the team and considers Ansu to be the team's best finisher, which is also very true. If Barcelona have to do one thing besides being defensively equipped, it would be to be very clinical within and outside the box. Because we have explained this time and time again, and I have said this many times, Ansu Fati is the best player out there, not just in Barcelona but in the world of football, who has the best instinct for goal. His goals do come very natural. His type of goals that he scores, that cannot be taught by some sort of coach or some other coaching staff. What Ansu Fati does have, it is talent. He was made to score goals. He was made to be a very definitive player. And if you do want to see Ansu Fati in and right outside the box and be very effective and score those goals and bring the conversion rate for Barcelona much higher, Ansu Fati will need to have hard-working wingers surrounding him. Because if Ansu Fati is going to be that striker, then what is going to be the possible starting 11 that is going to be surrounding this player? So here is going to be my suggested starting 11 that we could see going up against Real Madrid. If Ansu Fati is really going to be the striker under Koeman's Barcelona, which is again only because Barcelona want to be highly effective in front of goal, then that would mean that Memphis Depay is going to have to play on the left wing, Sergiño Dest is going to be on the right side. And I think that if there was a moment for Ansu Fati and Memphis to actually show up, because we have seen them create some sort of great duo, we want to see that up against Real Madrid, and especially in front of the 80,000 fans that will be attending at the Camp Nou. If Ansu Fati and Memphis Depay truly want to show what they are up to, why they are one of the best duos out there in world football, you're going to have to do it up against Real Madrid and in the biggest stages. And this is especially going to be important, right? Because they have to do this, because Barcelona in this season, the amount of times they have scored 0 to 1 goals in a game in a full 90 minutes has been tremendously high. Barcelona has been a very low scoring Barcelona, more than it has ever been. And so to ask this Barcelona team to score 2 to 3 goals up against Real Madrid, that is a lot to ask for. But if there was one duo that can actually make that happen, it would be between Ansu Fati, Memphis Depay, and Sergiño Dest. As for the midfield, now this is where it's also going to be very important. We have not had enough of a discussion when it comes to the midfield, because I think that this is where the Barcelona-Real Madrid game is going to be truly tested. This is going to be a very physical, mental battle for all players, and especially for a player like Gavi. Like, let's really pay attention to a player like Gavi, because this is going to be Gavi's first professional Clásico in his career. Like, he's going to have to learn how to handle a midfield of Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro. Like, many of us saw Gavi receive so many yellow cards against weaker oppositions compared to Real Madrid, and so just imagine what Gavi is going to have to do, or what he's going to be thinking of when he does face a team like Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro. Gavi is going to go bonkers once he does see that this midfield is passing it all around the field. Like, Gavi will be receiving a yellow card if Barcelona decides to be a team that wants to defend or wants to sit back. And for those of you guys who are wondering, when is Gavi actually going to play clean? Like, yes, this yellow card thing is funny, but eventually he's going to have to learn how to tackle clean, defend clean. Yes, that is going to be coming in time. I think that Gavi is a very young player. When you are a very young player, you do get impatient because you do want the ball. And when you are also a very young player, you're going to be learning in time how to defend more properly. Gavi will be learning that. I think that the fact that Gavi has that foundation of always wanting to press, always wanting the ball, and that is something that we should be very excited about, because this man here, this player, he is a warrior, and this player will be tested against Real Madrid, and it's going to be very exciting to see what type of outcome comes from Gavi versus Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro. And then as for the back line, of course, that is also going to be a very important factor for this club, because Mingueza is going to have to take care of Vinicius. We have seen Mingueza before tap Kylian Mbappe very well. He was keeping Kylian Mbappe very marked in that previous match between Barcelona and PSG, and so I just do not see why there's not a reason why Mingueza cannot mark Vinicius 100% of the time. He can do this. Mingueza has the capability in order to produce that type of display. As for Benzema, it's going to come down to the two players, which is going to be the infamous Eric Garcia and the infamous Gerard Piqué. Benzema has shown many times that he knows how to use his body well. He can cover up the ball when he does have the ball outside the box. He knows exactly where the goal is actually at. So if these defenders think that Benzema does not know where he's at, he does know. He knows. Like, if we were to look at the type of goals that he has been scoring in the past 7 to 8 games, he looks at where the goal is at, and then once he receives the ball, he is just looking face down to the ball, and he already knows exactly where to shoot, which makes him a very dangerous player. But the one thing that Eric Garcia and Gerard Piqué is going to have to do is to cover all of the passing lanes, limit the amount of times Benzema receives the ball, because if you can do that, you will be successful. So this is going to be a match that is going to have a lot on the line. When it comes to having a good and strong position within the table, that is going to be on the line. This is why Barcelona need to achieve the 3 points. When it comes to Koeman's future, that is also especially going to be on the line, because many of us have been discussing, if Koeman loses against Real Madrid at the Camp Nou at home, that is going to be it. That is going to be the final straw, because Barcelona cannot continue to be a club where they do lose and get pounded at their own home. So we're going to have to put a great display, and Koeman is going to have to try something different to achieve the results. And then lastly, Barcelona winning up against Real Madrid. This version of Real Madrid, it is going to be bringing great confidence back to these players, which is why there is a lot on the line. This is a team that has been struggling. They have been going through some mental roadblocks, and winning against Real Madrid, it is going to be instilling back their confidence that they can actually win the league and be league competitors through this current season. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona pre-match preview. Let me know in the comment sections down below what is going to be your predicted starting 11 and your predicted scoreline for this match of the Clásico. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.